Hi everyone. So I'm actually going to sleep soon because actually, as you all know, my sleeping pattern hasn't been very good, and actually I've been sleeping pretty late, and yeah, partially because I actually don't eat very early. I don't. I take an extremely long time to actually finish my meals too. So and that alongside my own particular state of health, which is not like mental and physical, which isn't exactly very good. So yeah, this has been affecting everything, including my sleep. But I wanted to actually make this video just to say something a little bit more about the whole state concerning my PTSD. I think I know that some people who are aware of it just told me this PTSD will take time to resolve. And even, I mean, I haven't had it for years. And then after that, after the anxieties over career change, the trigger from last year, then a choking incident and everything, and also the trigger realizing that someone who followed me was on social media was actually linked to the ex narcissist abuser. So yeah, so and that led to all this series of complications. So it has really affected me. And just like just now, I think while talking to some friend, two friends actually, mainly from high school or pre-university days. Yeah, that was the down here they call it junior college. One of them was actually in the non-denominational church that I was attending then, and later on she's in a different church. She's actually a teacher as well and everything. And yeah, she saw me actually years ago when I was financially destitute, but she told me that but you survived, so don't look back, don't look back. Another one was actually my junior college yeah, schoolmate or my peer, my contemporary, who went on to doing social work as a major before she now became a mother. So yeah, she hasn't been working as much, obviously, and she's like a full-time mother, I think full-time housewife. And she back then she was actually she was in the same church as me. Actually, she was the one who brought me to Faith Community Baptist before. I think she eventually, I think she converted to become a Catholic because of her husband. Yeah, then boyfriend, now husband, and she's already a mother. So both of them say the same things about needing get well. And I think it's very weird that while I was like messaging them, I was yeah, I just kind of broke down and cried, but to myself because I mean they don't see it and everything. You realize this whole thing when you are trying to let people know about what you go through PTSD when you've been through abuse. You're trying to recover. I'm not trying to recover. I just told them, I went to see a doctor just now because my mother was very concerned about me not eating food. I probably told you all that I have a bit of an aversion to food, and the thing was when I entered the room, the doctor is a very young doctor, so I think he probably just basically either finished medical school and was just like maybe doing this thing for 1 or 2 years after medical school and after the housemanship. He looked really young, yeah, really young. And he said something like, I saw your list, the things that you went to see the doctor over from the medical records, which are on the system, the online system. And he said, I was just waiting for you to tell me what you're suffering from. So I guess that he can't guess. He said, he was looking at me, he said, judging from your build, I don't think you're actually really suffering from anorexia or bulimia, although but thing is but you say that you have an aversion to food, you don't have an appetite, and there could be a possibility that I mean he ran 3 blood tests, so I'll know tomorrow about the results alongside the urine test, and he just wants to make sure that I don't have any I mean complications like thyroidism or even diabetes, which could actually complicate matters. And yeah, and also that there's no problems in other organs. But I just kind of realized this thing with the thing concerning abuse, recovering from abuse, and even PTSD. That the one thing that I think I felt that it was real. It's very strange. I was saying that, I was jokingly telling people, if there's anything that's gonna kill me, I it won't be things like homicide, a natural disaster, a traffic accident, some industrial accident or whatever. It won't be any of this. It'll probably be my PTSD that will kill me somehow. I don't know. It won't even be homicide because goodness, I don't see anyone right now. Okay, and I'm so antisocial. So yeah, it's all within. So, but I kind of realized this. I was sick in December because of that. Yeah, I was sick with COVID for 1 week. In early December when my mother actually went off for about 1 week with my younger sister and the son-in-law, yeah, her husband and the three kids that my younger sister, my niece, my nephew, and the two nieces to Taiwan. So I was at home for the 1 week, no 1 week, 4 days or 5 days, trying to rest from the virus and making sure I didn't spread anything to my father, who probably had already gotten it and spread it to us without knowing it. The second time, yeah, and then after that, a few weeks later, the heart the heartburn, the trigger from seeing a third party post of the ex abuser uh, via an acquaintance who I didn't realize was actually a colleague, and then getting sick on the 9th for about 10 days with that cough, that bad acute viral thing, and then realizing that all this thing with the aversion to food, everything I realized that it all starts from here down to here. That this track. So this is the voice track, and in New Age or Hindu terms they call it the throat chakra, but I mean symbolically, throat chakra or not, this is my voice, okay, and my voice box, my voice, my throat, and it was also the thing that I choked on a fishbowl in October or September. I kind of realized this. How did I end up this way? And when I could be doing other things, and I even told the doctor, I lost a few kilograms, um, probably for not eating, okay, skipping dinners and everything, or just eating food and spitting it out, having kind of like a lost appetite or even disgust towards food. And yeah, I mean, I have my god sis from years ago was saying it sounds a little bit like bulimia, yeah, but I mean, I don't vomit, for I just spit it out. It's just a food aversion. So, but everything is still down here to this throat. Why? What does it symbolize for me? It's psychosomatic as well. It's the voice that I think I had lost. That when I was being abused, I couldn't speak. Years ago, while in that abusive situationship, I actually told one friend, I wasn't joking. I said, my friend said, "Oh, your voice was stifled." He thought it was just like metaphorical. I couldn't voice my things. No, that abuser had a love for strangulation of people. I hate to say, there was this one YouTuber, Avis here, C, Avis, Avis, SCAY. He said something as I think he works in healthcare if I'm not wrong, but in Florida, as a YouTuber, he said this that in the case of narcissistic people, male or female, they all get sexually aroused. Yeah, that's what he said. He said it's really, really weird. The males, narcissistic males, regardless of their sexuality, whether they're straight, gay, or bisexual, they actually get an erection, okay, a hard on, when they punish their victims. At the prospect of hurting those victims, regardless of whether they are male or females. And then for women, narcissistic women too, because they don't get erections for women, they get wet, according to what he said. He noticed that I was like, oh my, this sounds like one of the particular narcissists in my life that I knew. Can you imagine when he punishes people physically, he tortures them? It's not just a smirk on their face. And it was like some people saying, you seem to be having a bit of a hard on. What? I noticed, oh yeah, what's with the guy? What's that person? They have something sick there. And you know what? They get a turn on when they stifle your voice. And that particular narcissist, one of the narcissists, had a love for strangling people and simulating situations of strangulation. Either he was the one who was being strangulated, okay, or he was the one strangling people and pretending, oh, it's all just a fun exercise. It's not fun. Not fun at all, for crying out loud. So this is one thing. All these narcissists, even years after the thing has ended, how do they actually end up destroying us? They take away this voice of ours. Then you know what? Society perpetuates that cycle as well by denying us the right to actually speak. You know, there'll be people who will gaslight saying, you know, you're too negative. I don't think I can actually respond. There was one friend from junior college said, and I was like, you know what? Now it's my fault that I'm actually being negative. Is it? I can't even vent. I said I can't help you. I don't need someone to help. I just need someone to be there to listen. If you can't even listen, don't accuse me of being negative. You're denying me my right to my voice. This is what the problem is with society, with everyone who doesn't understand what it is. And then I told that friend years ago, you know, he said, oh no, your voice was taken away because you couldn't speak. No, it's not just that. The sick ass narcissist had a love for strangling people and gets turned on by being strangled as well. Do I do it to them? No. I'm not as sick as them. I don't get turned on by people's pain. Not even by narcissist pain. I don't get turned on. I say thank God. These people are being punished. I'm still praying, you know. I'm praying for the downfall, for justice. But you know what? There'll be justice one day. I'm not waiting to see it yet, but it will happen. And just like one of my friends just told me just now, she said, you know what, she said, I think the best thing is focus on your healing. And then decide, you know, that some people you can't share them with them, don't share with them. Because, you know, as you grow older, you realize not everyone can, you know, you can't share with everyone. Even this voice, that's why it all goes back to the voice. How can we regain our voice? We need to regain our voice, all of us, as victims of abuse, survivors with PTSD. We're not sick people. We are sick. We are recovering, you know. But people don't give us a chance to recover. They think, oh, you must get back. You know, it's so unnatural that when I think about it, it's just like, you know, when you lose someone, like someone who is a loved one, they expect you to just have a 1 or 2 days of mourning after the funeral, and then after that, get back to everything as if these people never existed. It's never possible, you know. I still remember my granny when she passed away. My grandfather too. And how many years ago did my grandfather pass away? Since my first year of pre-university, of high school, yeah. I never really fully recovered from that. Okay, people think it's like, oh, you can just forget about them. Even if I fully recover, I don't forget them. Okay, so you know, it's really what Gabo Mate, Dato Gabo Mate said. It's not like it's a really sick thing to be perfectly or normally adjusted to a society that is actually very sick, and pretend that nothing is wrong, because everything is really wrong in this society. Okay, and this society actually endorses narcissism. It is not so much they always reward or incentivizes it, unlike what Dr. Ramini has sometimes said on YouTube. But yeah, I mean, I don't think society actually always necessarily incentivizes it, but society sometimes denies us of our right to actually have this voice, saying, you know, get over it. when we want to vent. But how do people get over something? You don't get over trauma. There's no such thing called getting over trauma. We just learn how to deal with it better. Okay, and we share. We share with people who need help. We share with people who understand. Okay, so anyway, I'm gonna go sleep. And yeah, but one thing is this, be I think we all have to be kinder to ourselves. To be kinder to ourselves, it means that we have to raise that voice, find those people who can, hear us out, who will understand, and in the worst case, I know there's someone there. This is the good shepherd, Jesus. I can still pray to God. I don't think that people will understand, but I'll still pray. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna go sleep because I have to wake up early around 9. Yeah, 9 something tomorrow. And yeah, it's not good to be always sleeping late and waking early. Okay, and I'll just go, and I have to see my doctor for the medical results tomorrow. And yeah, there's a lot of things to do. Okay, so that's it for now. Okay, bye bye. Good night.